Oh, welcome. I'm here to give you guys a philosophy how to expand a bit upon your creativity, imagination, and innovation. Everything is created twice, first in the mind, then becomes reality, whether the mind and man can conceive and believe can achieve. So you go out there day after day to do the work, the confidence, put yourself out there boldly, authentically, even though success, the creation has not arrived, has not manifested just yet, but you know that the richest place on earth, the richest real estate on earth is the graveyard where dreams and goals and everything like that die along with you because you have the courage, the philosophy, the frameworks. But that's all going to change because you're going to have the courage, the philosophy, the frameworks, this 10x go-getter energy to go out there to make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. It's the method. This is the method, the philosophy, the frameworks known as create like a god. This your man's Jaron Mitchell, aka Jaron Winning Mitchell. Sorry, I thought my with my mic and everything was the volume wasn't the audio wasn't off. So I was like, oh snaps. Okay, it was off. But anyways, you guys, today's topic we're gonna be talking about today is why everyone has problems. Use yours as power. Okay. Everyone's gonna have problems. Everyone's not perfect. If you was a perfect human being, and like you wouldn't have no problems. You wouldn't be thinking about problems to solve. You wouldn't have issues and anything like that. You're perfect. You're a perfect human being, but you're not. You're not. We're not. I have problems. You have problems. That's probably listening to this. You probably listen to this podcast because maybe I'll maybe giving you value. Maybe there's something I'm here to solve your problem with. Okay, I'm looking for problems too. I'm looking for my own problems to solve. Okay, I want new levels of problems. You know what's that means? Like I want problems. Give me all of them. I want problems. Give me problems. I want problems so I can solve. Okay, I need to solve it. I need some help. I need somebody to smack me in the face. Say, hey man, I got something for you. Smack. Hey, let me solve your problem that you got. I got did it. Hey, we all got problems. Okay, so this is something that you guys that I thought of that everyone has problems. Everyone go through issues. You're not alone. Some people go have different problems. Some people have similar problems. But hey, you're not alone. You are not alone. Just remember that. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone. Somebody else probably going through the same issue. You're not alone. All right. So in this episode, Create Like a Guy, we're going to talk about the universal truth. Everyone has problems, but you can. But how you handle them determines who you become. Don't hide your struggles. Use them to build strengths, build stories, and to build success. Okay. Be authentic, man. Go out and start actually being authentic. Be a human being. Okay. There's I think I forgot the guy's name. But Gary, I think it was Gary Vee that was telling him some stuff like, "Hey man, you gotta tell you about your failed business," and he didn't want to do it, and he ended up doing it. You had a lot of people talking to him, right? Everybody talking to him because it's relatable. When you talk about, you don't you go through struggles, you go through it and everything we went through it, and you talked about get stories because it builds you up, it builds your character. Okay, when you go through challenges, I know we had a episode yesterday. Everything's created twice, and your thoughts become your character and all that stuff too, and your destiny. So when you go through something and you get smacked and punched in the face in life, basically, right? You go through a challenge, you get smacked up, you get like Mike Tyson come up there and hit you in the face. Well, not really. That's basic life. But the whole point of what I'm saying is it's going to happen. It's going to come. You're going to go struggle. You may cry a little bit. You may going through all this, man. You may try to hold it in and everything, but just know that you're not the only one that's going through it. And when you go through that, man, go through the struggles, go through the pain, and you actually tell it and tell stories. It's part of your story. It's part of your personal brand, and people can relate. There's people that can relate to it. They'll understand. They understand your struggles. They understand your pain, you man, and because it's it brings the human out of you. Okay, you don't have to be perfect, man. Like be a perfect human being and all this other stuff. Some people are which I don't know. I don't want to be an actor, mainly like I'm playing a character. Some of these like streamers or rappers and all that other stuff. I don't want to be that. I want to be an authentic person, be real, be authentic, and not play a whole character. I think even Lil Tay and all that, they're playing a character, right? I don't want to do that. I want to be authentic to myself. I want to be real to myself. I don't want to be a clown on the internet that's getting short-term fame and views and attention for small gain. And it'll actually bite me in the butt later on. I actually want to build something brick by brick, go through struggles, build my personal brand. Because in the day of AI today, I think I was watching someone with Gary Vee last night. He's talking about, I think it's called, I forgot, he said intention marketing or something. I can't remember. Can't remember what it was called because we're not in social. We're still social, but it's changing now. It's becoming like something like intent marketing or something like that. I got to look at the podcast again. I saw it. I was like, huh, interesting. I think it's called intention marketing content. It's not, yeah. So you're building a personal brand. Today's age where AI is coming, like you got to question everything. The personal brand is gonna keep you alive. Okay. And the whole thing with YouTube, something's going on with YouTube right now. So things are going to end up shifting. Things are going to end up changing. AI is coming. And I remember listening to a podcast by Dre Baldwin, Working the Game podcast. Don't remember the podcast. This was like a few years ago. This is probably like, shoot, maybe like 2017 or 2016, or I don't remember what year. It was around there. It's almost been 10 years now. He said, I remember he was reading something. There was something going on. We're doing AI. It's I know this is a little bit off topic, a little bit, but I'm explaining this right here. So, about a year of 2025, that like something million jobs are going to be lost due to AI and automation. And now I'm seeing Amazon just laid off some people. Uh, Google's about to lay off some people, which I think I said sent buyout packages or something like that. So AI is coming. Okay, robotics and other stuff is going to be there where that's going jobs are going to be opening. Is going to be a lot. And this if you're creative, I say you may not like it, you may embrace it, you may get some concepts, and even the animation industry, it's changing. It's going to change. Hollywood, I believe, is collapsing, and it needs to reset. The game industry, same thing. Animation, all this stuff is resetting. You got bad actors that got in there, and now people don't want to watch their crappy movies, playing their crappy games, watching their crappy animations. So things are changing. Okay. And they try to solve a problem, ended up creating a problem, and now there's a new problem that you can solve. Companies have problems, they're going through problems, they're looking to get money, more profit and stuff like that, or how to be able to do it. And now they can get able to weed these people out that's not supposed to be there. Same thing with the game, with the game journalists. Journalists just lost their jobs. Twitch lost their, because it's part of Amazon, lost their jobs. Some Amazon gaming studio lost their jobs. Okay, layoffs are going on. Okay, so you got bad actors that's in the industry, and I say entertainment. And we're going to be talking about the first secret, which in the Game Dub podcast, we're going to be talking about the reasons why it's not just a problem within the gaming industry. I think it's a problem in all entertainment, and it needs to change within the film industry, animation, even the comics and all that stuff too. That stuff needs to change. And we can have some conversations about it. Maybe we can have some conversations and talk about it. But this is what I wanted to talk about today is like, don't hide your struggles, don't hide your strength, or build up your strength, and build up your storytelling, and build up your success. This is all going to build your brand. It's all going to help you, because everyone has problems. You can use it for your power. You can use it to build your story, to build your brand. And there's many people, when I went through it, David Goggins, which I've been a new story about him and his daughter. A lot of stuff has been going on. Actually, he has a little similar. David Goggins has a similar story to my dad, but my dad's not that big or anything like that. But same thing with his father. We'll talk about that later. Um, but your struggles, your problems, you can use it, because we're not perfect people. We're not perfect human beings. We have struggles. We have things that we go through. Even the most successful people go through problems. They have problems. They have issues. They have a limit or a box that they're trying to push through. They're trying to push through and have a breakthrough. Many people are trying to have a breakthrough. Some people have limited beliefs, and they have those thoughts. And that's why you get decent content, my content, to smack you in the face and say, hey man, you can do better. Okay. Some people don't like personal development. They bash on personal development, and they don't like it because they don't want to work on themselves. Okay. Or they did it, and some people say, oh, they're trying to sell you the dream. Yeah, we're trying to sell you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I am trying to, because you can do more. You can do more. You can be more. Okay. So yeah, I'm giving people hope, bro. Planting the seed within your mind that you can change your life. It's just a shift of way of thinking, and the things to give you the tools and the skills for you to change your life. But it's going to be up to you. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Let's go ahead and get to these points. Before we get to these points, though, let's go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube, hit that notification bell, so that way you can get podcast episodes every single day, and more content on the YouTube channel. If you're listening on Spotify and iTunes, Apple iTunes, I would say Apple podcasting. I keep saying iTunes for some reason, but Apple podcasting, make sure you leave your man's a 5-star rating in review. So that's way we can get the better podcast, listen, follow, subscribe, whatever it says on there. So that way you guys can get content like this every single day. And make sure you go ahead. One more call to action. I know I'm giving you a lot. Okay. Make sure you get your copy recession proof business model. Go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer. Okay. So that way for yourself, if you're looking to get a creative freedom, obtain creative freedom, you have to put in the work or any other type of things you're trying to do with your goals. Make sure you go ahead and go through the course. Okay, go through the course, fill in the book a call, fill in the application, everything that's needed, so you can work with me and my mentor and see if you're a good fit to work with us. Okay, let's go ahead and get to these points. Point number one, today's talk we're talking about today is everyone has problems. Use it as your power. Okay, point number one, problems are universal. You're not alone. Okay, I mentioned this before. You're not alone. You're admired. Everyone is admired, has challenges, and even if you can't see them, the difference is some people suffer silently while others grow through it. Go through it. Go through it. You're not weak for your struggles. You're human. You're human, man. But we're not perfect beings. Okay, you're gonna go through some stuff. You're gonna go through some challenges. You're gonna go through some things that's going to test you. That's going to challenge you. I've been through it, man. I would slept in my car twice, which I chose to do that because I wanted to go for my build my online business. I wanted to get it going to the film school, trying to build me more portfolio and everything like that for school. Figured out what I want to do. Went through a lot of challenges. Went through a lot of different type of affiliate service and all this other stuff. Found one, picked that one, and still did a whole bunch of other stuff. Shiny object syndrome, all this other stuff I went through because everybody, which I realize everybody don't really, they're just trying to sell you some stuff. They don't really care. They're just trying to sell you their shit, and they're not really in the long haul. They don't really care. They don't tell you the truth. Hey man, you need to focus on one. You need to focus on one. Focus on that one. Build that up. And if you chose to do something else, hey, you can do that, but come back to me later when you decide you want to do this. You want to do this with me when you finally built that up. Okay. They're not gonna tell you. I get it. I get it stuff on my LinkedIn all the time. People trying to pitch me their stuff. People on my emails pitching me their stuff, pitching me their deals and what they're gonna do or all this other stuff. But and I'm like, bro, let me stay in my own lane at this moment. Let me build what I'm looking to build. That's why I'm gonna be focused on this podcast. It's my part of my personal brand. Some other things with other podcasts I'm gonna be having, building my other stuff. Like I gotta be locked in. I already went through it. I went through a whole bunch of other stuff. I gotta be locked in. Okay, fully locked in. Not going through doing other franchises stuff, selling other stuff that doesn't align with my goals, doesn't align with other stuff. Gotta spend more money on that, all this other stuff. The only thing I'll be spending money is my sales with Grant Cardone because I love his stuff. Dre Baldwin, I love his stuff too. And maybe some other people as well, depending on what I'm looking for and what I'm getting to get. Okay, books, investing in myself. You're gonna have people and they're little, oh yeah, I want you to have my team. No, man, let me do what I need to do. I'm gonna focus on what I'm gonna build. I'm gonna focus on that. And I got the system, I got the keys, and I believe in this product. I believe in the service. But most important, I need to believe in myself. Okay. Your mess becomes your message. Okay. Meaning that your problems, your struggles, all that becomes your message. It's part of you. Okay. It's part of your personal brand. It's something that Grant Cardone talked about. I went through a workbook on that with I think 10x bootcamp and everything like that, or with the marketing as well. Is that all this is you? You're not just a business person. It's like start telling your story, start telling your struggles because people remember stories. Think about like a lot of like you can watch entertainment, right? Entertainment stories, the hero's journey. That's basically what it is. The hero's journey. The hero's going through the journey. The hero you're going to fight the dragon. Okay. Then you go and you you get smacked in the face. Life. You go through challenges. You get smacked up. You're basically the main character of your own story. Okay. You go through it but you come back differently. You go in against the status quo. Okay, look at a lot of stories, man. That's why us human beings, we resonate with that type of stuff. We resonate with stories, man. So don't be afraid to tell your stories. Don't be afraid to tell your struggles. Sometimes it could be afraid. You could get scared because it's may not people will gravitate it or well, or like it's it's a struggle. You don't want to tell it just yet. But soon you tell it, you'll be surprised. A lot of people will come up to you and be like, hey man, I resonate with that. I resonate with that story. I'm gonna give y'all another instance before we get into point number two. I never I went through an Enagic event, right? The Enagic Kangen and everything like that. That's part of the distributor and all that I'm a part of. Love the company, love the product, drink the water, love it, man. I love the company. And it's been a while since I've been through which I wanted to go through unfortunately I had to move though, and everything to go as planned. But there was an event and I wasn't able to go, but I went through one of the events. I think it was the 45th anniversary one, I believe. And this guy didn't have no arms, no legs. Like seriously, no arms, no legs, right? And he didn't have no arms, no legs. Dude inspired me. The man was swimming. I think he was swimming. He was going through whatever, like mountain climbing, people buddy putting his own, like talking about stories, talking all that. Like I saw him in all that, like kind of like a motivational speaker and stuff, telling his story and everything, right? And it inspired me, man. And it let me know, like there's no excuses, bro. Like there's no, even people that like have disabilities in their life, they are doing what they can to make it, bro. Like no excuses. And I hear a lot of people have this victimhood mentality. They have excuses, they complain. And I mean, I was one of them. I used to be one of them, and I ended up reading Think and Grow Rich. And I went through still went through other process, going through my own struggles. But then I learned that the winners actually go out, make something happen. They got their own struggles. They got their own stuff to deal with. And this man inspired me. I don't remember his name. It's probably on my YouTube channel somewhere. You guys can go ahead. If you go look on my YouTube channel, you'll be able to see the event. I think day 1, day 2, it's like 45 minutes, whatever. But it was amazing. Like dude inspired me, man. Like I was like, wow, man, this man got no arm, no legs, and he was born that way. And he decided, I will not be a victim of my circumstances. I will not like let this throw me down. Is like, and inspire me. Okay. So stuff like that, even though, it's not really, but it inspired because it made me think, man, I'm blessed to have my arms. I'm blessed to have my legs. And this man's doing things, making more money than me and doing other things. And what's the excuse? What's the excuse? So that's just what I'm saying. Some people may not think it, may people not understand it, or they may put out certain little things, but there's no excuse, man. So tell your story. Your tour story can be powerful. Your problems can be powerful, but you be able to will. It's like the transformation, the before and after. That's what basically it is. I wanted to share that with you guys. But let's go ahead and get to point number 2. Point number 2, today's talk we're talking about today is why everyone has problems. Use yours as power. Okay. Don't let problems paralyze you. It happens to me. Some of my problems paralyze me. Something happens to me. Yeah. So let me share right here that I got right here from my notes. Okay. Pain is part of the process, but if you decide how to respond, like it's like I'm being I can't think of the word right now. It's not being proactive instead of reactive, which that's one of the 7 habits of highly effective people, which is being proactive. But pain is a part of the process, but it's up to you to decide how to respond. Will you let it break you or build you up? Your future self depends on how you show up. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys another story. This is actually, there's a quote from Marcus Aurelius. Let me give you this quote. There's also a book by Ron Holiday. The one he had the book called Enemy is the Ego, which is as the book also Obstacle is the Way, by Marcus Aurelius. Obstacle is the way, basically, end quote. That's basically the quote. And I'm gonna give you guys another story if I remember it right now. Oh yeah, I remember it. So there's a story, right? Change of perspective, right? So this made me realize something with even with individuals, depending on your perspective. Okay, depending on how you view things in life and how you respond to it, how you come to it. So here's the story. So you had twins, right? 2 twins, right? They had a father. A father was a drunkard, and he basically beat the mess out of them. Abused them, abused their mother, beat the mess out of them, and his mother, and beat the mess out of them. And his mom, his dad was a drunk. The dad was a drunkard. So one day, I won't say one day, but doing both of the twins' life, they had 2 twins, same way of growing up. But one twin became a millionaire, right? He became a millionaire, making his own money, and the other twin became a drunkard. He was drinking, drunkard, just like his dad, right? So they asked him. I'm paraphrasing the whole story, by the way. You probably looked this up. I don't remember the person's names, but basically, they had the whole story and same upbringing, but different stories. One said, because how my father used to drink, because he doesn't drink and all that. He's going to become successful. And the twin said this exact thing, because my father was a drunk. And this is kind of reflection of, my dad didn't have a twin, but it's kind of a reflection of my dad's story, right? So my dad, even with my grandmother, she's still alive. She's been going through a lot since I got out of high school. But when I since was my sophomore year in high school. But basically, with my story on my dad, is basically something similar. I don't know if my grandfather never met him. He basically died, I think, before, way before I was born. Me and my brothers was born, and he used to beat my grandmother. He used to beat my aunts, my uncles, my dad, and all that other stuff. And something my dad said, which I'm not gonna say it right now, and that's what gave my grandmother the strength to leave that abusive relationship. And I mentioned this before that my dad and David Goggins, even that story I just told you, is very similar. But my dad didn't want to be like him. He did his best not to be like him. My dad, literally, from what I was told, literally called his own dad, which is my grandfather, never met him, the devil, basically. Called him the devil. He was evil, an evil man. Even my auntie, this is from another, not my a different, this is from an auntie from another, my other granddad, I call him granddaddy. So from another marriage, she said she was telling she can feel the negative energy off this man. So off, from the from the man, from my basically my dad's father. So basically it's similar to David Goggins, which I need to get his book Don't Break Me. And the reason why I mention this, because I heard a little bit about his story and everything like that, learning about it, him and his own dollar and everything. But a different thing that turns out that my dad and everything is a little different from him trying to raise his kids. A little different. Um, but other than that, similar story. And my dad didn't want to be like him. He didn't want to be like his basically his father. So he said, I will never be like that. And I'm gonna be my kids is gonna be better. And I remember I was growing up, right? I love my dad. I really do love my dad. And sometimes I feel like I'm failing. Really, I feel like I'm failing him, but he's very proud of me. But I know I can do more. I want to do a lot more before I want him to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Okay, when the point that I put in and all the work that I put in, but I need to put in the action and get out of my own head, which I've been doing that. I've been doing that a lot recently. So along with that, when I was growing up, I used to tell my dad. I used to want to tell. I told my dad, Dad, I want to be just like you, And my dad said, Son, don't be me, be better than me. Okay, and I'm telling you all this story. I'm telling you this because um, your outcome can be different. Everyone has problems. Everyone can go through it. You can use it to paralyze you. You can use it to make excuses, have a victimhood mentality. You can use that. But are you going to use that to change it? Use that pain to actually take into action and say, I will never be like this individual. Will Smith, you can look at Will Smith's story, same thing, the trauma and all that other stuff too, which I never read his book. Will, he talked a little bit about his story, on his dad and everything like that too. I think it's very similar as well. And if I'm correct on it. And yeah, man. So like you can use it to paralyze you. You can use that pain, that trauma, that anger and all that stuff to push you to go through success. But when you end up getting there, some of you got to go through some stuff. You got to do some changes and not to be that person who you do not want to be. Okay. Point number 3. Today's topic we talking about today is why everyone has power to use your power, use your problems. I'm sorry. Point number 3, why everyone has problems and use it as your power. Okay. Point number 3, which is use pain to fuel your art, business, or brand. Use it. Use the pain. I'm at the point now. I'm like, man, I went through the pain. I went through the struggles. I went through some other stuff. One of my friends lost a sister in the beginning. I think it was the beginning of September, around September and all that other stuff. A crazy September of 2025. I'm like, you know what, bro? I need to start putting some stuff up. I need to stop. I'm done. I'm sick of it. I'm not doing it. And it was the last straw. I lost my uncle. I lost a friend. I lost another person that was like a family to me because I'll hold myself back. They didn't enjoy the fruits of my labor. They're gone. But you know what? I need to keep moving forward. I need to keep moving, not letting things hold me back, not make excuses. And that's why I'm putting this content, what you create create like a God podcast and bringing it back. Hope to give it to you, even though I'm behind recording, doing my best to every single day to record and going through it, even though if I don't feel like doing it, but it gets me in the mood. So, yeah, hold on. Hey, can I call you back later? I'm recording right now. Oh, well, you're going to have to wait and listen to me then. And you can record it right now. So you can probably hear me on it. I'm keeping it there too. All right. But anyways, I'm gonna mute you down real quick. I can't hear you. What? Huh? Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, where was I? Great art, stories, brands often comes from deep personal struggle. Use your problems as creative power. Okay, turn pain into pages, struggle into stories, make mistakes into mentorship. Okay, your vulnerability is your superpower. Okay. It can actually help you build your brand. It can actually help you resonate with people. That's why everyone has problems. Share your struggles, man. Share your struggles. Okay. Because everyone's going through struggles. Everyone has problems, but it's up to you how you respond. It's up to you how you be proactive in it. Okay. Share your stories. You could put it into a maybe fiction or something like that, right? You could tell it with your personal brand, like a lot of entrepreneurs do and build their brand, because that's part of you. That's part of who you are. That's part of your character and your struggles that went you. People, us human beings will resonate with people's stories and the struggles and give it a spark of hope of what we can do as ourselves. Okay. So share your vulnerability. Gary Vee says that. A lot of other people in entrepreneurship says that as part of your brand. It's part of your story. It's part of who you are. And it can resonate with others, and can spark them and inspire others to plant the seed within their mind. Okay. Point number 4, today's topic we're talking about today is why everyone has problems. Use yours as superpower. Okay. Point number 4, growth comes through solving problems. Okay. Comes through solving problems. You learn how to solve your problems. You don't grow by avoiding hard things. Every level you reach will come with new problems. So I remember Grant Cardone, he was actually saying something like this. He said, like when like the rich and the wealthy, they have a whole new set of problems. So you want new problems. You don't want everyday people problems. Everyone has problems. So once you get those problems solved and take care of those problems, you're gonna have a new level of type of problems. You're gonna have new problems you're gonna have to solve. So it never stops. It never is gonna stop. Okay, once you get through one little hurdle, you're gonna have multiple other hurdles you're gonna have to come up. It's never gonna stop. You're gonna have to keep on going through it. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to go through it. You're gonna have the new set of problems. A lot of us, most likely, struggle paying our bills, working paycheck to paycheck, right? And the wealth problems are different, very different from others. So you got to get a new set of problems. Get those problems solved. Work on those problems. Don't run away from the problem. Get the problem solved. And you might want to run away from it. You might get deflected. You might get uncomfortable and get deflected and going against it. And sometimes what I do is I sit there and I go through it. And if I deflect or anything, I reflect on myself. Like, man, was I deflecting? Was I going through this problem, or is it true? I do a lot of reflecting. I do a lot of reflecting for myself. So I think, I reflect, and I'm looking to become better, be that 1% better. Okay. Every single day. And don't avoid the problem. When you avoid the problem will get worse, and it will manifest as something a lot worse than it is. Okay. So get through it. Don't procrastinate, which everyone has done. I have done it. Okay. And it got worse, but fix it. Fix the problem. Don't avoid the problem. If you avoid the problem, it will get worse. Okay. Again, you don't grow by avoiding the hard things, which I think there was a quote or a book, do the hard things first. Even Grant Cardone said, if you got that hard thing you need to do, make that phone call. If that's the hardest thing you need to do the hard things first. A lot of people, actually entrepreneurs, say that. They say do the hard thing first. The first thing you do, then everything else will be easier, because willpower. We only have a certain amount of willpower that we have to push through. So you do the hard thing first, then you can do all the fun stuff and all the easy things later. So do the hard thing first. That makes it hard every single day. Do the uncomfortable stuff. Get yourself uncomfortable doing it, being uncomfortable, and that way it can help. And I need to work on this. I'm not perfect. I need to work on it myself. Okay. So work on every level you reach will come new set of problems. So every different level that you end up breaking the ceiling, you end up getting your breakthrough, you're going to have a new set of problems. Okay. You are, maybe you become some successful people. They come and they found out that some people are just not their true friends. Okay. They got a whole different set of problems. Everybody come out the woodwork saying, hey, we family and all that. They knew you can do it. Hey, they coming out the woodworks. Okay, they're looking at, because you got money now, and they're looking to take advantage of you. Got a whole new set of problems. Okay, I can love you from a distance, but this is my money. I can't have you take advantage of me. That's why we need to build. That's why you as an individual, you have money. A lot of athletes, rappers, and now content creators, influencers, you can say everyone's an influencer. They having to go back to jobs because they didn't have financial intelligence. Build upon your financial intelligence, and I'm going to have episodes on that. Okay, so without pressure, and another thing too, with no pressure, there's no diamonds. Diamonds are made through pressure. Same thing, like I think with the sun and all certain things with the sun and the certain stars and all the other stuff, and wine, which I don't drink wine. as a Muslim, I can't be drinking wine and everything like that. But wine is made through, grapes, right? Pressure and all this other stuff. So the whole analogy is basically you only need to go through the struggle. You need to go through the pain. You need to go through your character, which I'll call it your character development. Keep going through your character development. Go through the what is it, the hero's journey of your own story of what you're going through, and go through the character development, and you will get even further because you took it, you saw problems, you gained new problems, and it has built you character. Okay, you may do things that may which don't violate the rights to our fellow man and women and children. You may end up doing that, and you may realize it and understand, like, whoa, that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done it. I regret it. Learn from it. Okay, learn from it so make sure it won't happen again. Okay, point number 5, today's topic we're talking about today is why everyone has problems. Use your power. Use yours as power. Okay, point number 5, share the journey, not just the highlight reels. Okay, we talked about in an episode with social media is just a highlight reel. Social media shows the wins, but the real connection, it comes from honesty, sharing your battles build reliability, community, and trust. Be the voice that says I've been there too. Okay. Everybody want to share the wins, share your losses, share your L's, which those L's can turn into learning. Okay. So you can learn, you can build and share your journey, go through it. And I remember, again, I shared this before. I don't remember what entrepreneur, I don't remember his name, but I heard a story and he was talking about how his business failed and everything like that. And, and, and he ended up telling a story because he was scared, he was afraid, he didn't want to do it. He ended up telling a story, and a lot of people resonated and talking, and they wanted to do business with him. Okay, and that's what's going to be going on. And from now on, I think AI is going to have that where you're going to have to build that connection, build that community. It's going to be a lot more. Personal brand is going to outweigh everything. Okay, the views and all that. Some people want to say, "Oh, you get the views and all that." No, man. I want to build business. I want build relationship with others. Okay, viral, great. That's good. That's getting me attention. But I want to actually do business. I actually want to build relationship with others. I want to actually help somebody out and help them in what they're going through. Okay, so yeah, man, share the journey, share the struggles, go through the journey. Just like pull it up, say, hey, man, I'm going through some stuff, man. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it, which, I need to follow what I'm actually preaching right now. I'm going to probably do some videos on that, but it's some people going to want your downfall, but you know what? Some people will go out and relate, and they may not engage. They may not say nothing. They just may be watching. They may just be spectators. I know y'all spectating, okay? I know y'all watching. I know y'all listening, but and even the haters are going to hate and watching too. But there's going to be actually people who actually support you and want you to win. Let's go ahead and recap today's topic. We're talking about today is why everyone has problems. Use yours as your superpower. Okay. And again, everyone has problems. That's universal truth. We're human beings. No one's perfect. Everyone has problems, but you know how to handle it determines who you become. And don't hide your struggles. Use them to build your strength, to build your story, and build your success. Okay, that's what you use it for. One of the habits of highly effective people is being proactive, not reactive. Okay, so problems are universal. You're not the only one. You're not alone. You're not the only one going through problems. It may feel like you're going alone. It may feel like it does sometimes. Don't worry, I've been through it. It feels like I was alone sometimes. Feel like no one understands me. But you know what? You're not alone. You just gotta get around those people that understands you and be around those, or get the support that can actually understand or try to understand what you're going through. Okay, and don't. And point number 2, don't let your problems paralyze you. Don't let it paralyze you. I told you a little bit of story of my dad, which is similar to David Goggins in the story of the two twins that had the same type of father, different respect, ended up being two different type of people, same perspective. I didn't want to, because my dad was an alcoholic. One became an alcoholic, and the other one became a businessman because he didn't want to be like his dad. Okay, they want to be. They had the same perspective, but the outcome became differently. Okay, part of the pain is part of the process, but you have to decide how you respond to it. Being proactive. Okay, will it break you or build you up? Use it to build you up. Use your pain, anger, and all that to build you up, and have that line drawn in the sand. Your future view. The future you depends on how you show up now. Okay, obstacle is the way. Quoted by Marcus Aurelius. Point number 3, your pain. Use your pain to fuel your art, business, and brand, or anything else that you got going on. Great art stories, brands often comes from deep personal struggles. Use your problems as creative power. Turn your pain into pages, struggles into stories, mistakes into memberships. Your value, your vulnerability is your superpower. Point number 4, growth comes through solving problems. You don't grow by avoiding things. Every level you reach comes with the new problem that is a part of your game. Learn to love challenges, okay? And there's no pressure, there is no diamonds. Okay, growth comes through solving problems. You learn how to solve your own problems. Okay, everyone has problems. You're going through it. Use it as your character development. Okay, this is your character development arc. Make sure you go through it and go through the character development. That's why we love stories. Seeing characters transform, go through character development. They change. They used to be somebody, they end up being not. Okay. Point number 5, share the journey. Documentation. I didn't say this, but documentation. Document your journey. Document what's going on. Document your struggles and stuff that you're going through. And if you take initiative and do it every single day, there will be people that will do to help you out. Because I'm getting emails, I'm getting messages, even though they're trying to sell me their stuff. Okay. Even though I'm just talking about no distraction, I'm locked in and all that. But there will be people out there that will try to help you because you're taking initiative, and you will the more you put in the work to actually take initiative, the more luck you will give yourself to get more lucky. And being lucky is part of success. Okay. Social media shows the wins, but not the real connection. Come from honesty. Share your battles, build relatability and trust. Be the voice that says, I've been there too. Okay. You don't have to share everything on social media. Some things need to be shared privately. Just letting y'all know on that, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's let y'all know on that. Some things need to be shared private. I mean, not shared, shared. Some things need to be kept private and only private. Don't share it, because there will be people out there who will hate and they want to see your downfall. But there's also people that's out there will want you to win. And those in private conversations that you have, and share your struggles and all that, share it to the people that you can actually trust. All right. So make sure, if y'all want to go ahead and get your copy recession proof business model. Actually, before we go ahead and go to that, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, subscribe to the subscribe to my channel on YouTube or Rumble, whatever you listen to. If you're watching on Spotify or listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you follow, leave your man's a 5-star rating and review, so that way I can improve, see any areas I need to get. I make some new podcast ideas. Game Dev Secrets podcast is also something I'm going to be creating as well, launching in January 6th of 2026. And also, if you want to get your copy recession proof business model, make sure you go ahead and go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer. Okay. So that way you can obtain creative freedom for yourself. If you decide to get creative freedom, or depending on your goals, go through the course, fill out the application. Okay. So if you want to work with me and my mentor, folks, it's not where we at, to where we come from. Always create like a God. You're the master of your fate. You're the captain of your soul. You're made in the image of God. God gave you a brain to think for yourself. So take full possession of your own mind. Worship the one true creator, which I believe is Allah. And I believe is Allah, the only deity, the only God is worthy of worship is Allah, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them, and all the other prophets are the messenger and the prophets of Allah. All right. And always create like a God. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow.